Jon Jones just got roasted by the entire MMA community. Ilia Topuria is stirring up chaos with another bold call-out, and Dana White's going off on a boxing promoter like never before. From viral clips to brutal rivalries and non-stop drama, this week in MMA might be the wildest one yet. Ilia Topuria just lit up the MMA world again, this time during a press conference in Spain that had everyone talking. Confident as ever, he dropped hints about his next move, even teasing a few potential names that sent fans into a frenzy. Whether it's mind games or a real call-out, Ilia knows exactly how to stir the spotlight, and this moment was no different.
ცარიელი გული და სულია, რავი, ეგეთი კარგი ადამიანი ბევრჯერ არ გამიცნია. მე პირადად უკვე ერთხელ ვუთხარი, მეთქი რაც უნდა გაგეთვალე, რომ წონა შეიცვალო, იმიტომ რომ 100% შანსები გაქვს, რომ კიდე მეორე ხამარი მოიპოვო.
And while Ilia is stirring up rivalries outside the cage, one UFC legend is taking aim at something way bigger than trash talk. Daniel Cormier has never been shy about speaking his mind, but this time, he's taking direct aim at one of the biggest issues in the sport, the UFC's scoring system. After watching Merab Dvalishvili grind out a win over Corey Sandhagen at UFC 320, Cormier couldn't believe what he saw on the official stat sheet. 20 takedowns recorded. To him, that number wasn't just surprising, it was flat out ridiculous. DC's been around long enough to know the difference between control and dominance, and what he saw that night didn't match the numbers being thrown around.
The MMA takedown is a problem. The way that they score MMA takedowns is the problem, Chael. A takedown should be when you go to the mat. A takedown should not be when you get back up and the guy picks you up and just puts you back down. He never lost control. They see, and Chael, I don't know why, and they called me in. They called me in, Chael. They sat me with the people that do the takedowns, and I still walked out of there going, well, it ain't a takedown. It's not a takedown. You're not going to convince me of what it is. They should get us in the room. Let us tell them what a takedown is. And then those numbers won't seem so big. Merab didn't get 20 takedowns. Merab probably got 5 or 6 takedowns. And he got 14 mat returns.
Anthony Hernandez might have been sidelined by injury, but that hasn't stopped the call-outs from flying his way. Sean Strickland recently took aim at him, calling out his wrestling-heavy style and even mocking him as the American Kamzat. Typical Strickland, loud, unfiltered, and impossible to ignore. But instead of firing back with trash talk, Hernandez kept it calm. He said if Sean wants to fight, then run it, but admitted his real focus is du Plessis, the former champ sitting right at the top of the division. To Hernandez, beating DDP isn't just another win, it's a shortcut to the title. Both matchups promise chaos, blood, and serious paydays, and Hernandez doesn't seem to care which one comes first. Dana White just went off again, and this time his target wasn't a fighter, it was boxing promoter Eddie Hearn. After Hearn criticized Dana's involvement in promoting a crossover boxing match between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, Dana didn't hold back. On the 3 Knockdown Rule podcast, he tore into Hearn, calling him a lunatic who sounds like he's reading straight from a WWE script.
Well, it's fascinating. Eddie Hearn, all of a sudden, is acting like a lunatic. You know what he sounds like to me? He sounds like he's reading a WWE script every time he talks on a show now. It's a fascinating thing because I've known Eddie for a while, and this isn't Eddie's personality. But the other thing is when you hear somebody like Eddie talk, it reminds me of a career politician. He's running for election now, and he's like, we're going to do this and we're going to do that and we're going to do this. Where were you the last 20 years? You didn't do shit. And now I'm getting in. I'm going to do these fights, and now you're going to do this and you're going to do that. Those guys never thought big. It's just not the way they think. It's not the way they run their business. And all of a sudden now Eddie's going to change boxing, and he's going to fix this, and he's going to do that, and he's going to compete with me, and he's going to do all this shit. I don't even think about those guys, what they're doing, how they're doing it. I get in, keep my head down, grind, and do my thing, and we'll see where we end up in 5 years.
du Plessis just gave his take on the upcoming heavyweight showdown between Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gane, and his prediction might surprise a few fans. Despite Aspinall being the heavy favorite, DDP's putting his faith in Gane. He said Gane looks hungry and phenomenal in training, physically sharper and mentally locked in. Still, Plessis gave credit where it's due, calling Aspinall the next generation of heavyweight, a guy who moves like a middleweight but hits like a truck.
So it's going to be very interesting. I'm going Aspinall on this one. I think he's hungry. I think he's ready. He looks phenomenal in the training footage that I saw. Obviously, Cyril Gane is a specimen. I mean, just the way he's built, he's massive, and once again, anything can happen. It's heavyweights.
It's a respectful take, but one that adds even more intrigue to a division that's already on fire. And while we're talking matchups, the UFC's been quietly stacking its next few cards. Arman Tsarukyan versus Dan Hooker confirmed for November 22nd. But as new fights get made, one fighter's battling something else entirely. Lightweight prospect Anshul Jubli has found himself in hot water after comments resurfaced where he seemingly claimed he could submit Khabib Nurmagomedov. The internet didn't hold back. Fans and fighters alike called him delusional, especially since his last few fights haven't exactly gone his way. Even Khabib's longtime coach, Javier Mendez, responded, saying Jubli should focus on becoming a contender before talking like that. But now Jubli's fighting back, at least verbally.
जैसे कि आपने देखा, they took small clips from my long interview and make it look like I'm disrespecting Khabib. First of all, I don't give a damn what people think of me. I don't waste energy on opinions, especially to those brainless, brainwashed haters. इसीलिए मैंने इस बारे में अभी तक कुछ भी नहीं बोला, लेकिन आज मेरे एक दोस्त ने मुझे ये वीडियो भेजी और कहा कि my supporters, my well-wishers, they deserve to know. So I'm doing this video for the people who have been with me since the start. For you guys, I'm gonna rise, I'm doing all the right things and I'm coming back stronger than ever. And to the haters, ऊपर वाला आपको सद्बुद्धि दे, खुश रखे, लेकिन जो वो हेटफुल माइंड है, जहाँ पे मैं खबीब के लिए कुछ अच्छा बोल रहा हूँ, वहाँ से छोटी छोटी क्लिप्स को निकाल के ऐसे दिखाना कि मैं उसके लिए खराब बोल रहा हूँ, वो मेरी समझ से बाहर है। और जो लोग मुझे जानते हैं वो जानते हैं कि मैं खबीब को कितना लुकअप टू करता हूँ। मैं इवन अपने स्टूडेंट्स को खबीब का एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ। मैंने अपने गेम में बहुत कुछ खबीब से लिया है, लेकिन जिनके अंदर तक हेट भरी है उनको ये समझ में नहीं आएगा। वो आपको देखेंगे अब बोलेंगे ये इतना कॉन्फिडेंट कैसे है, ये कैसे बोल रहा है कि ये हनुमान चालीसा पढ़ता है, ये छोटी सी जगह से आके वहां कैसे पहुंच गया, इसको पीछे खींचो, इसको तोड़ो। जहां से मैं आया हूं वहां आप मुझे तोड़ तो नहीं सकते।
Jon Jones is trending again, and not for anything he did in the octagon. A video just surfaced showing him play fighting with Hasbulla, the internet's favorite chaos magnet. At first, it looked harmless, just Jon joking around while Hasbulla covered his face with a pillow. But then fans noticed something odd. Let's just say, Jones looked a little too enthusiastic during the moment, and social media wasted no time tearing him apart. Within hours, memes were everywhere. Comments flooded in. Bros bricked up over Hasbulla. Top 10 most ridiculous videos ever. This dude can't stay out of headlines.
I need that video. Oh, tell Hasbulla. What do you need?
It's the kind of viral moment Jon Jones probably wishes never happened, but it's also exactly why people can't stop talking about him. From GOAT-level dominance to headline-level chaos, Jones has become one of those rare fighters who can't escape controversy, even when he's just sitting on a couch. Arman Tsarukyan lands a clean shot that sends the heavy bag flying. No flash, no showboating, just pure strength and precision. You can see the focus in every move. This is a fighter who means business. Joe Rogan just dropped a take that lit up the MMA world. He thinks Alex Pereira versus Jon Jones should be for the BMF title. Rogan didn't hold back, saying, "You have a BMF belt for 155 ERs? Who's the real BMF? You think any of those guys could beat Alex Pereira? Not a chance." According to Joe, Pereira's the definition of a real bad motherfucker. And honestly, it's hard to argue when you look at what he's done across two divisions.
You know, they were trying to pressure him to fight Tom Aspinall.
Is he
like,
gonna fight? Like, what's the deal?
He's doing what a pool hustler does.
That's what I was about to say.
Like, I guarantee you, if Jon really thinks that he's fighting in June, he's already in camp. He's getting ready.
Would it be Alex, or do you think it
would be Alex.
Really?
The big money fight is Alex
At
and
the White
Jon
House,
Jones
right?
at the White House.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Catch weight. Make
Yeah.
it 225. You don't have to be for a title. Make it the bad mother. upper edition. You know, you have the BMF belt for 155ers. Who's the real BMF?
Yeah.
You know, do you think one of those guys could beat Alex Pereira? You think you get a 155-pounder in there against Alex Pereira? Does Max Holloway survive against Alex Pereira? No, shut the fuck up.
Max
That's
can
the
only
bad
DC. That'd be a wild thing.
The Jon Jones Alex Pereira fight would probably be the biggest fight in human history.
I mean, that
in
at
MMA,
the White House?
You got the greatest of all time in Jon Jones, and arguably the most destructive striker that's ever competed.
Yeah.
No one's like that guy.
That
Peloton?
So in just 1 week, we've seen Ilia Topuria call out half the division, Daniel Cormier take aim at the UFC's scoring system, Dana White flame a boxing promoter, and Jon Jones get roasted by the entire internet. The MMA world never slows down, and this week proved it again. Whether it's inside the cage or online, the chaos never ends. But what do you think was the wildest story? Topuria's call-out, Dana's rant, or Jon Jones's latest headline moment? Drop your thoughts below and don't forget to hit subscribe if you want more of the biggest stories from the fight world before anyone else.